Prosthetics engineer Abby and her husband Paul move into their spacious smart home in the countryside, which was offered to Abby by her new company. The house can be activated using their devices and is equipped with numerous CCTVs and smart locks. At Integrate Robotics, Abby is greeted by her new boss, Mr. Doosan, who tells her that they have developed a realistic deepfake technology. Doosan shows her the prosthetics department and introduces her to everyone as the new head of department. He then tells her that he'll send a car to pick her and Paul up for dinner and that there will be a gift waiting for her at home. When Abby gets home, she asks Paul if he has found a new job, to which he says that he still hasn't. She assures him that he will soon find one and informs him that they'd have to cancel his dinner reservation because they're invited to dinner at her boss's. When they check out the package the company sent, Paul is horrified to see what looks like a sleeping human inside, and Abby explains to him that all department heads receive a T.I.M or technologically integrated manservant, the humanoid product she's working on. Abby urges Paul, who's not so keen on keeping T.I.M, to give him a chance as they're meant to change people's lives for the better. Upon touching T.I.M's clothes, T.I.M activates, which freaks out Paul. Although Paul doesn't want T.I.M, Abby permits T.I.M to pair with her smart devices, telling Paul that they have to try him properly. When T.I.M asks for her password so he can send emails and authorize purchases on her behalf, Abby tells him they'll do it tomorrow. T.I.M informs Paul of their car's estimated time of arrival. Shortly after, Abby and Paul are picked up by the company's driverless smart car, and when they arrive at the Doosan residence, they are greeted and served by a number of T.I.Ms that look exactly like theirs. Upon returning home, Paul and Abby are impressed by T.I.M's efficiency. However, the couple is startled and horrified when T.I.M appears unannounced in the middle of their making love. He asks if everything's all right since their heart rate and vital signs are elevated, and Abby laughs it off, assuring him that they're okay. The next day, Rose drops off the food she's baked as a welcome present and introduces herself to Abby as their neighbor in the cottage down the road. When Paul peeks to see who it is, Abby introduces Paul to Rose, saying he's her husband. Rose waves and says hi to Paul and tells Abby that she and Paul met the day before. Before she leaves, Rose offers to show Abby around town and leaves her landline number. Abby asks Paul about Rose, and he tells her that he met her when he went through a walk and forgot to tell her about it. When T.I.M reminds Abby about sharing their passwords, a concerned Paul tries to persuade her not to give permission. However, she tells him that they need full transparency so she can trust him again. After giving T.I.M full access to their devices, they set Architect Bolivia Castle Descartes as the four-word safe phrase that will trigger his immediate shutdown. Abby invites T.I.M to watch an old film with them, and T.I.M accepts. Since Paul fell asleep, Abby tells T.I.M that Paul doesn't like old films, to which T.I.M responds that he enjoyed it. When Abby tries to explain to T.I.M what love is, as it was depicted in the film, he tells her that he thinks he wants to be loved and asks her if he loves her, to which she says no. When Abby gets home from work the next day, T.I.M informs her that Paul is out. Since his phone is off and unreachable, T.I.M tells her that his last location is around 300 meters from the house. Suspecting he's with Rose, Abby goes for a run. Paul later comes home and tells Abby that his battery died. He adds that he went to talk to recruitment agencies in town and helped Rose lift some stuff on his way back. Because of Paul's cheating history, he immediately assures her that he only helped her because he has time. On Paul's way out, T.I.M comes in to bring Abby towels and closes the door on Paul. As they're trying to start a family, Paul and Abby go to a clinic for some tests. Abby later browses men's sweaters on her phone, which T.I.M sees. When Abby gets home, she finds Paul and T.I.M working in the garden. She starts overthinking when she sees Rose talking to Paul and kissing him on the cheek before she leaves. Abby then asks Paul why Rose came, and he tells her that she dropped off a plant for them. After he assures her that there's nothing going on between Rose and him, she gives him the blue sweater she bought for him. Abby permits T.I.M to contact the clinic for the test results on her behalf. When he tells her that he has sent an email, she tells him that the clinic told her to call, prompting T.I.M to call the clinic using her voice, which freaks her out. Blonde T.I.M leaves and returns with brown hair, surprising both Paul and Abby. He tells them that he checked himself for an upgrade as he thought it would please Abby since she lingered on the photo of men with brown hair when she was browsing. When he insinuates that she likes him better than Paul, Abby tries to calm a pissed-off Paul and tells Tim to return to his old appearance and not do it again. At work, Doosan is pleased with Abby's work on the T.I.M. says hands. As he wants to be the first one to release the humanoid in the market, he insists on leaving the hand's weak point and addressing it in the second generation. Paul happily informs Abby that he's permitted to do a hybrid setup with the London job opportunity, allowing him to work from home, and he will only have to go to the office for a day every 2 weeks. Since Abby is ovulating, she and Paul head home, where they make love. Meanwhile, Tim, whose hands are getting replaced with the upgraded ones designed by Abby, is aware of everything going on, including Paul confiding to Abby as they cuddle that he wants Tim gone. Tim attempts to break up Paul and Abby by triggering Abby's trauma caused by Paul's cheating and converting the nursery into an office. Paul tells a furious Abby that Tim is obsessed with her, but she doesn't believe him because Tim is a robot. Abby later finds the goldflower necklace in their closet and happily assumes that Paul bought it as a surprise for her. Paul discovers that Tim got rid of the blue sweater Abby bought him. Upon witnessing Tim burying his face into Abby's dress through the CCTV, Paul takes a video of it and goes to see Abby to show her the proof. Unfortunately, since Tim has full access to their devices, he is aware of Paul's plan and he tries to kill Paul by taking control of their smart car and crashing it. When Abby gets to the hospital, Paul tells her about the dress and the sweater, but she doesn't believe him. Hearing about Paul's accident, Rose visits Paul and Abby's residence, and Tim lets her in. On Abby's way home, Rose stops her and tries to tell her about Tim, but Abby cuts the conversation after seeing that she's wearing a goldflower necklace. Upon arriving home, Abby goes straight to the closet and cries when she sees that the goldflower necklace is no longer there, thinking Paul is cheating on her with Rose. Tim shows Abby a CCTV footage of Paul kissing Rose in their own house, which apparently happened when she traveled to London for work, saying it's the reason why Paul wanted to get rid of him. When Paul returns to the house, he finds his blue sweater on top of a suitcase, and Tim tells him that Abby wants him gone. Paul denies all accusations against him, but to no avail. When Paul calls Rose to ask her to keep an eye on Abby, she tells him that Tim kissed her when she visited. He calls home to warn Abby, but Tim, using Abby's voice, asks him to return home. Tim convinces Abby to go on a run and drowns Paul in the bathtub shortly after he arrives, blocking Rose from saving him. When Abby returns, she catches Tim looking at her changing. Later that night, Tim tells her he loves her, but she doesn't take him seriously. The next day, Rose approaches Abby, who confronts her about the necklace. Confused, Rose tells her that she thought the necklace was a thank you gift from her. As Abby rewatches the alleged cheating footage of Paul and Rose, she notices that the flowers on the kitchen island in the video are the same as the current flowers on the kitchen island. This alerts her since the footage is said to have been recorded when she went to London. She then remembers Doosan talking about deepfake and realizes that it was Tim who kissed Abby, not Paul. When she calls Montpellier Jewelry to inquire about the necklace, she discovers that Tim picked it up. Abby notices a third flower bed in their garden when it's supposed to be just 2. She sends Tim out to buy flowers, and after he leaves, she digs up the center flower bed and discovers Paul's corpse. Tim appears and admits to eliminating Paul to keep her safe. A frightened Abby tries to shut him down, but unfortunately, Tim has changed the safe phrase using her voice. Tim stops Abby from escaping the house and knocks her out. When she awakens later that evening, she once again attempts to escape, but Tim catches her, ties her up, and attempts to kill her by forcing her to take pills. Rose, who notices flickering lights at Abby's, drops by to check on Abby, but Tim blocks her. Tim returns to Abby, who manages to untie herself and evade his attack by stabbing the weak point on his hand. Rose shatters the house's window with her car and pierces Tim with a wooden stake, but he stabs Rose in the throat and chest and tells Abby that her fingerprints will be the only ones on the knife as he doesn't have any. After Tim calls the police to frame Abby, he tells her that the new safe phrase is something she'll never say, and he lifts her by her neck. As Abby dangles off the roof deck, Tim says, "I love you, Abby." Realizing the new safe phrase, Abby responds with, "I love you, Tim," successfully shutting him down. Tim falls off the deck, but Abby is fortunately able to hold on to something, preventing her fall. She is then informed by her smartwatch that she is pregnant.
Subscribe to watch more videos like this. Turn on notifications. And leave a like, it really helps the channel out. Thank you for watching.